Hi Leo, this reading is going to be about what you're looking for when it comes to a partner. I feel like a lot of us can take in that Neptune energy and not in the good way. And it's like, what holds us back? Because sometimes I feel like we're just not able to see clearly because of all the fog, all the clouds, which is what Neptune can do sometimes, depending on where it is in your natal chart. Neptune is that planet that holds the energy of intuition, psychic abilities, as well as la la land, right? So it's like there needs to be this fine line where you are able to discern the difference. So sometimes we're not able to see people clearly for who they really are. Instead, we're seeing them for who we want them to be. And it's like, how do we fix this, right? So just giving you a rough example, maybe your Neptune squares Venus in your natal chart. So squaring is going to be an energy within your natal chart that is a very strong energy that's going to make it a bumpy road when it comes to love, because it's going to make you not see people clearly. You're just gonna kind of have this illusion of people, and you're gonna learn to see people clearly the hard. Wait, did I say that right? See people clearly, but the hard way. Maybe I did say it right. I don't know. So like, for example, if Neptune squares your rising sign, you're really going to have trouble seeing people for who they are just in general in life. You may misunderstand people and their personality and misjudge them. So it's really important to see, what aspects Neptune plays out in your life. If you see it squaring any other planets, I would definitely look into this, and whatever aspects it is playing out with other planets, I would still look it up regardless, because this is how you're seeing things, and you may not be seeing things clearly. So depending on what type of relationships you've had your whole life, if you find yourself in those repetitive cycles, that's a karmic lesson. We're meant to learn from those. I don't know about you, but I have always been that person in the very beginning that really truly wasn't learning from them. I was that person that was like, how are these people finding me? Like, what is it about me that these people keep coming to, like get attracted to? Like, I don't understand, and I really wasn't thinking anything more of it. And I was always that person that never really knowing that I was always low-key spiritual, to some degree, could have been surface level, because looking at the way I've acted a majority of my life, it definitely wasn't, too deep. But I've always taken time apart during breakups. Like, I never was that person that was like hopping from one relationship to the next, because there was just a part of me that just always knew that's like, no, I think like I need to do some soul searching or just like reflecting or something. So I would always write down like the things I've learned from these people, the things that I wanted in the next relationship, and the things I didn't want. And these things are called boundaries. But the mistake is that sometimes we forget to keep to these boundaries, and I would be one of them. So I want to read to you something I wrote years ago. So I wrote, when I find someone who can make me laugh, smile, and who has very similar goals as mine and can actually act on them, then I have found my match. Someone who challenges me in good ways, and someone who accepts me for who I am. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I have then found my match. So this sounds very like basic, general, like, but there are some people that like don't even need that much, to be honest with you. It's like they can take or leave some of that. But to me, it's like I'm adamant. I need all that. Because if I don't, and even if I forget about this post-it, right? Because it's not like I'm sticking this post-it somewhere. Although technically you really should, because that's actually how you do forget about your boundaries, when you find someone new. So when you forget about these, or I'm sorry, so I never actually do forget about this, right? Because subconsciously I'm remembering this. So when this plays out in my next relationship and I'm not sticking to it, it's because that partner isn't sticking to one of these things that in my mind it's like I need them to follow through with. And that's on me, right? Because it's like, this is what I'm expecting from a partner, and I'm choosing partners that can't follow through with these honestly basic fucking low ass things. But it's on a whole other level, but a whole other thing. But the thing is, sometimes we stay in these relationships, these connections, because we're inspired to understand what we can't comprehend. Or at least not everyone, but some people, because I wrote this down years ago, and I always overstayed my welcome because I was always trying to figure out, like, well, we can make this work. Like, this can work because there's something here. So let's try to make it work. And it's like, no, sometimes it just can't fucking work because one of these things isn't working out. And it's like, Kylo, are you okay? You're fine. Sorry. It's like, some of us overstay our welcome because it's like we're so determined to try to make something work that's just run its fucking course. It's like sometimes we just can't get it to work. And it's like we're thinking about all the good times and the more positive things, but sometimes those negative things just like outweigh the negative things. Wait, did I say that right? Wait, the negative things outweigh the positive things. But it's because we don't have that list, the things that we accept and we don't accept. So sometimes we forget and we're just not able to figure it out. But sometimes when it's right in front of us, it's crystal clear. And it makes it that much easier to figure it out. Because sometimes we're doing this on a subconscious level. Because it's like we're feeling that Neptune energy where it's like there's this fucking haze, there's this cloud. It's like we're so convinced of no. I see this person, I see it. And it's like, no, you're actually maybe seeing something that's true, but maybe it's like you're seeing their higher self, like you're seeing the person they could be. And I feel like we as women, or if a man's watching this too, hold this energy how you see fit. We have the tendency to do this. And it's true. Like you are seeing who they could be. But if they're not that person, it's like they're not this person. Like they're just not that person. It's not to say one day they won't be, but it's like we can't push somebody to be somebody they don't want to be. It truly has to come from them wanting to do it. I think about these things like my dad. I'm an Aries, he's an Aries. So I feel my energy back, I don't mean to be that person that's like, kind of like a stickler, on people's ass. I'm like, oh, did you do that? Like I'm genuinely bringing up a conversation that I remember that, I don't know, was the last conversation I held with someone. And maybe that person will be like, oh no, I forgot to do it. And I'll just really, be part of my, I don't know, personality. Be like, oh, why didn't you do it? You said you were going to do it. Well, that could be a bit harsh, that's reminding somebody they didn't stick to what they said they do. So that may not feel good to somebody else. Most people, it won't. But there's other personalities out there that really wouldn't give a shit about what I'm saying. They understand my personality. They understand I don't mean to throw this in their face. Like, so it's like one ear and out the other. They're just like, yeah, I just didn't do it, But then there's some people where it's like, no, they can't let that go. So sometimes it's like we're just looking for something and it's like you're beating a dead horse, really. It's like if you just figure out your boundaries in love, in relationships and connections, it'll really help you clear up that Neptune energy, which could be creating disillusion. Wait, disillusion? Illusion, I'm sorry. I hope I said that right. So anyway, so the point of this reading is to pull some cards to see what you're looking for with a soulmate, with a partner. Something that would make your soul happy. And that's the tricky part in this life, is understanding that what would make your soul happy, because sometimes we're not in touch with that, but it's like our soul is aching for us to be in touch with that. That's our highest self. So sometimes there's this kind of like inner I don't want to say like war going on, but there's something going on where it's like something's not right, something's wrong. And it's like, well, love's not supposed to be that way. Love isn't supposed to be, no problems, no issues at all, right? Because this is a human experience after all. There's going to be issues, there's going to be problems, but it shouldn't be so fucking hard. It just shouldn't. So if I can help you, give you food for thought, or just something to consider over the next few days, then good, And then these are screenshots of quotes of things that really resonated with me during my first spiritual awakening back in 2016. And I figured maybe it would help in this reading as well. All right, so let's get to it. Let's pull some cards. What would make your soul happy in regards to a partner, a soulmate? What are you looking for? Queen of Coins. I like that. Ooh, this one wants to come out. The Magician. Ooh, I love this. Ooh, the Star in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. What are you looking for? Sorry. To do what makes them. Mind your own business and do it. Step 1, let people do what they need to do to make them happy. Mind your own business and do what you need to do to make you happy. The end. Okay, got it. A partner that, so you guys do your own thing and let other people do theirs. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I feel like this one wants to come out. Oh, okay. Nope, sorry. Don't know how that got in there. The danger isn't that cute stranger you're dying to meet or the one you have lost touch with, but who sleeps next to you night after lonely night. The danger lies in continuing the cycle of self-destruction by letting yourself stay fallen. The real danger lies in giving up. So if you're not getting what you want, when it comes to love, or you see yourself in any part of this, my challenge to you is this. Do one small thing today that either gets you closer to meeting someone if you're single, or improves your relationship if you're coupled up. Just one small thing, and work on releasing all of those limiting ideas about who you are in all of this. Do some mindset spring cleaning. I bet things will feel at least a little bit better. If you're already out there being happy and fabulous, already extra credit. Tell me what you did to make things just a little bit better. I like that. To be interesting, you have to be interested. Stay weird. Okay. Okay, let's get to it. Sorry, these are old. All right, so we got Queen of Coins, the Magician, the Star in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse. All right. What are you looking for in a partner, a soulmate? What will make your soul happy? I'm seeing temples. I'm seeing happiness within this. So someone smart. I am seeing clouds in the temples. I'm seeing tons of people come out of the temple. Like a path coming out. Not sure what that means. What would make you happy? Something with people, I'm feeling like helping people in some kind of way. So maybe you and your person. But I'm feeling like a little bit, because I see the clouds. So maybe this is something that you're not sure about, or like is up in the air, or you're considering. What would make you happy? I'm seeing so much light. I'm feeling like feeling wanted or something like that, you know? Like I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm seeing. There's some type of clouds again over something. I feel like I'm seeing a pistol. Maybe somebody who defends you. Hold on, I'm going to look at the cards. So this is definitely like the temple. This is something about people. Like this was people coming out of this. There was happiness with this, but something about unsure. So when I see temples, I think of education, knowledge. Something about wanting to feel like wanted, you know, maybe needed. This is important. Hmm. I feel like I'm looking up at a tree, and it's definitely bright. So it's like your soul wants And I'm seeing teeth. So communication, I see. That's a thing. And movement. I'm seeing you like a car, like in your mouth. I know it's weird, but... So what would make your soul happy is... a relationship that grows, a relationship where there's communication, a relationship that where there's some type of movement. I feel like there's something difficult about the communication part. So it's like, oh, something about commitment. There's something difficult about commitment. There, okay, there's the clouds again. So, okay, so it's either you or your partners that you end up with. It's either there's difficulty seeing happiness with commitment. It's either the partners you find yourself in, or it's you, because I'm seeing before that there's happiness, like somebody wants to communicate, somebody wants to grow. But then I'm also now seeing the complete opposite of that. So you're going to have to hold that energy where you see fit. However, I am seeing clouds over that. So that's where that Neptune energy is. So there may be some type of illusion with this as to what it means to commit to somebody. You know, this could have to do with your Chiron placement, which is childhood wounds. I'm going to open my eyes for a second. So what could be happening on a subconscious level, if it's you or your person? Because I look back at these lists for years now about these things I want to manifest that I want. And it's like I was very specific. I was like, my husband, my house, my career, my business, blah, blah, blah. And there was never a child mentioned on that. But yet I always wanted a child. I know I did. But subconsciously, there's this fear of having children just because of the childhood I had. It's like, will I be a good parent, you know? And it's like, yeah, of course I will be, just because of my Chiron placement specifically. It's like I'm going to be this over-giving, emotional parent just because of the childhood I had. But there's also this fear of, will I be good enough? Will I be good enough because of the childhood I believe I had? So therefore, on a subconscious level, I was fearful without even noticing it. And if anybody had brought that to my attention, like, oh, why aren't you talking about children? I would have been like, oh, I don't know. I just don't know, like, the age, because I want to make sure I have money. My excuse was always money. I don't want to be poor because I saw what being poor was while having children. And I didn't like it. I didn't like what it did. And it's like, well, where does that stem from? Let's go a step further. And it's like, oof, you don't want to go there. So that could be why, or maybe because right before I opened my eyes, I saw like your throat and I saw like fire on the sides. Oh, 3 of Swords in reverse. So I'll go to this in a second. The danger isn't that cute stranger you're dying to meet, or the one you have lost touch with, but who sleeps next to you night after lonely night. The danger lies in continuing the cycle of self-destruction by letting yourself stay fallen. The real danger lies in giving up. So if you're not getting what you want when it comes to love, or you see yourself in any part of this, my challenge to you is this. Do one small thing today that either gets you closer. Oh my God. If this is your situation, please do not settle. Do not fucking settle. Whatever you do, I don't know. But now I'm just thinking like the visions I'm seeing and reading this. It's so easy with technology and seeing social media to settle. I didn't even realize that at one point in my life I almost did it. And I was that person that was like, I would never settle. And then I just found this journal entry and I wrote, oh my God, I wrote, I'm fucking miserable and I think I'm going to get married. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even remember about it. I didn't even know I had a journal during that time. And if anything, if I could suggest that to anybody, you know, it's like, depending on how old you guys are, you guys may be thinking, just do it. No. I see some of these people on social media and I'm like, you're not happy. You did this just to have a child, or you did this because you felt you had to. And I'm like, you know, and it's wrong. It is. I'm going to call myself out because it's like, technically, I don't know, but I don't know. It's just like, there's a reason we feel specific feelings. And I feel like it's worth taking a step, looking into, is it your fears that possibly stem from your Chiron placement, which could be childhood wounds, which you wouldn't even recognize. You could be hearing this and be like, nah, but really it could be something stemming from your 12th house placement as well. Your subconscious mind, man, that shit's fucked up. So it's worth looking into, because you may find something that you really didn't realize. But what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing is that you may feel held back from possibly a career or something like that. Because I felt like when I was seeing the fire and what was supposed to be tonsils, I felt like I was seeing you walk like a runway or something like that. Look, there's a correlation happening here. To be interesting, you have to be interested. Fuck, what does it say? Let people do what they need to do to make them happy. Mind your own business and do what you need to do to make you happy. So maybe you're looking for a relationship that could honor your independence. You know what I mean? Like a relationship that honors you doing what it is you want to do. And maybe you feel like maybe you've been in repetitive cycles where you're being held back in some kind of way. Because look, we have the Queen of Coins and the Magician. And then it's like we have the Star in reverse, which is like no hope. All right, I'm going to channel a little more. What would make your soul happy with a soulmate? Okay, I feel like I'm seeing sexual stuff. So this is probably like feeling desired, you know, getting back to feeling wanted. It's so important. What do you need? I feel like I'm seeing like in your mind, messages, like communication again. It's like it's repetitive what's coming out again. There is definitely a message here about movement. There is a message here about movement and communicating that movement. What are you looking for? What is your soul looking for with a soulmate? I feel like this is where there's a little bit of cloudiness. It's like you may have this thing where it's like you may want to build something for you, and you're not sure if you want to build in your relationship, something like that. Like I'm seeing something, you wanting to build something for you. And you may be willing to not do it, I think. I'm almost positive this is what I'm picking up on. But if you feel like that's going to hurt you, like if you feel like you're meant to do something yourself, then, you know, your partner, I feel like the partner is supposed to, so you need to, I'm gonna open my eyes. So you need to reflect and look back at what is the repetitive cycle and do the opposite of that. So have these people held you back from doing something or felt intimidated? Because if so, then yeah, you're supposed to be doing something. You know what I mean? Like, or do you feel like you're meant to do something with somebody else? Because I'm feeling like that's what's coming in here. And I feel like it's a message. So this could be a repetitive cycle of yours with other people. So people may see your potential, right? Because you're a Leo. So, and they may want to build with you, but you may not want to build with them. And people may take this personal. So you may want to communicate with this with them, that you may feel you want to do your own thing first and then circle back to doing something with them. If this is what I'm picking up on. Otherwise, I'm picking up on that you need somebody smart. You need somebody who desires you. You need somebody who communicates with you. You need somebody who, I'm going to say it, I feel like inspires you to do what it is you feel like you want to do. Because I can't ignore it. There's something there. Yeah, the real danger lies in giving up. To be interesting, you have to be interested. Mind your own business and do what you need to do to make you happy. The end. There's definitely a message there, for sure. So sometimes I feel like when we feel that when we want to make our partners happy, I've done this so many times where it's like we're willing to put our interests to the side. And you know what that does? It makes us unhappy, and it comes out in another way. And you know what happens when that happens? We make our partner unhappy. And then you know what happens when that happens? Fighting, the relationship. It's just like, and then it's like you had good intentions. You really did. So I would suggest, and this is why you're always going to read that same line, which I'm about to botch up, for a good, healthy relationship, is you have to love yourself. You have to know yourself first. It's like, that's why it's so important to do something on your own first. Have your own career, have your own passion. It's not just having your career, right? Because it's like, no matter what, Saturn, which is the Lord of time, the Lord of karma, Saturn's going to grant you those things you want out of life as long as you put in work, but it has to be towards something you actually want and are passionate about. Otherwise, he's going to give it to you, but he's not going to give you that happiness. It's very important to make sure you do something you're happy, passionate about. I'm sorry. So it's very happy to figure that out. Either with a partner, before a partner, whatever. So that way you're fulfilled. And then you could take it from there. Never change what it is you want. You know, compromise is so important, but it's going to be a ripple effect and it's going to blow up in your face. And meanwhile, your intentions were good. You know, because fucking people will be selfish like that, where they won't realize you were trying to do the right thing, but it's like it ended up coming with a cost, you know? I mean, coming with a price, sorry. So I would highly, recommend the things that you want in a partner, the things you don't want in a partner, and also the things you want for yourself as well, you know? So I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. All right.